Hello Warriors and welcome back to Early Access. My name is Norgoz and I'm going to be taking you through the fashion of the new hero coming Thursday, July 23rd to For Honor Arakure's. Okay, Ara. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we got it. We got it, Steve. The cringe became more cringe. Okay, we're just going to cringe together and we can move on now. So I'm going to show you guys some of the outfits that I have put together for the new hero Arakure. And while we're doing that, I'm going to tell you that I have to thank Ubisoft for the early access to partner up with them. It's been awesome because that means I get to provide you guys with this type of content. So thank you very much for providing me with early access so I can produce this content, Ubisoft. All right. What I will say about the hero is that I think that she is a very interesting character in terms of her mechanics and her attitude. I do like the fashion. I think that there are some areas that could have potentially been changed or improved upon maybe in future outfits. Maybe there would be some more options in terms of our ability to change hair colors and whatnot, which there is something that you can do now. And I'll show a couple of examples of that. For example, this set right here, you can change the hair color of, but you cannot change the face paint, the makeup. In this one, you can change the face paint, or rather you can change the makeup, and then you can change the spikes. The spikes are based on the material. The makeup on her eyes is based on the color palette. With this one, it's different. It's actually the hair that's going to be based on, what did I say? Material? I'm sorry, I meant the color palette. It might help if I actually lock that in. There we go. So there you go. There you can see. It also changes the tattoos. So one of, 3 or 4 things will change based on the color palette or the material. It'll be pieces of the armor typically for the material. For the color palette, it'll change whether or not there's the hair color, the tattoos. The material will also typically change the face mask colors of the heroes as well. So that's the color I had on, right? I'm doing this live. All right. Going back, we already went through the headpieces. Let's take a look at the armors. And I'll spin these around so you can see them in their full attire. In the interest of time, because I'm been incredibly busy lately, obviously I'm not using my webcam, which I normally would. And I guess that's it. Just I wanted to go briefly touch on that. So, also Kevin, I know that there's always at least 1 or 2 of you that point out, "Oh no, you're a content creator that got early access to the hero. It's not fair. Why do you have so many reps and so much steel?" These are test accounts on a private test server. There's always at least one person on one of the videos from at least one of the people that get early access that say it. So just so that this is something that's been said by at least one of us that others can kind of reference to if they would like. These are on a private test server, and this is not something that we keep when the game goes live. So when the hero goes live, we all start at rep 0. We have to either purchase the hero or potentially get it as a potential part of partnership, which is something that we may or may not get. That's not something I'd be able to confirm. I'm just saying, generally speaking, that's something that has been done in the past as part of early access and whatnot. So we'll see how that works out. And going forward, I can say that she's got attitude. Her mechanics are really interesting. I really like that we've been asking for a pugilist, guys. I meant to lead with that. Like we've been asking for a pugilist. I know I have been asking for a pugilist for years now, and I actually am very happy to see that we got this is probably the closest that we're going to get. I know I mentioned Tonfas at some point as well as part of as an alternative. I thought that would be kind of cool, and that's exactly what we ended up getting, was a character with Tonfa. So that we got it. And she fights dirty. Sometimes she throws down her weapons occasionally to just punch you in the face. She's kicking you below the belt. Like, she does not care, man. She's just out to win. She's just out to get the W. One thing to note is that some of these, so the weapons here on her right and left, they don't always mirror the same way. For example, the poisonous coil will be one color, and then the alternative to that on the opposite side will actually be a different color. So you'll see how that, kind of matches with like the inked kois, like, left and right, different colors. Alternatively, you'll notice that the hog, when we get to it, was it venomous hog, is actually flipped backwards, as opposed to the opposite side where the hog's actually on the front, where you would punch somebody in the face with it. So yeah, she's got a fair amount of options for. Here it is. There. See the vehement venomous vehement. There you go. Yeah, that hog's pretty cool. The inverse Oni, I think, also has a different color on the opposite side. And of course the grips. There's a couple of these that don't match. I believe this is one of them. Okay, I lied. Well, no, it's right. You can see one is gold on the end and one is not. This one is the inverse. This one also, I believe this one also the poisonous koi, or coil rather. There you go. The others are pretty standard as far as how they match. I believe with the exception of... Yeah, I think that one has... Maybe that's just the shadows. But yeah, that's kind of the overview of those. So again, how the color palettes will set up is going to change the... It's typically going to change the tattoos, maybe the hair color. That's going to be what you're going to see for alternative, for variations. And the armor is primarily, so like her face mask, sometimes the jewelry, the different parts of the armor. Typically, that's what's going to change here. So you'll notice that you can't change the beads on this particular one. But on another one, another setup that I had, is it this one? This one. This one's changed by the material color. So you'll see the beads are changing based on the material. So yeah, you can, put up a super edgy Arakure. I don't know if I've shown these. I did a couple of takes of this already. So I do like that she also has like a sword, a broken sword that she could use from, that she's always got with her, almost always got with her in some way, shape, or form. This reminds me a little bit of Shredder. I haven't already said that yet. These are some of the things that I just put together. I didn't have any specific like ideas in mind, except for this one. I was going for something and it didn't seem to work out. So, but this one again, if I haven't already said it on this take, this is for the Wi-Fi warriors. This is it, the Wi-Fi warriors. Again, this is for the Rep 14 Rising Clouds. Use the red current and then the color palette of bleeding, which you get at below Rep 1, and boom, you got the Wi-Fi warrior. They're all outraged, fits it really well, and of course you need the chest piece of Ayashi alternate. That's how you get the Wi-Fi warrior set. All right, so there you go, Wi-Fi warriors. Let me know in the chat how proud you are of being Wi-Fi warriors, and you got bad internet or whatever it is. Just I don't know. It's all in fun, guys. Well, like I said, I'm a little pressed for time. I may have rushed through this a little bit. Normally, I would kind of try and show off a little bit more stuff. I might get a chance to show off and record some more things. I think we may still have access to this for another day. We'll see. And maybe I'll get a chance to put another video together talking about her mechanics and how they function. The strike meter, the feats are based on that. The potency and whatnot. So overall, I think she's a really cool hero. She's going to make it a great addition to the game. Her 1v1s are going to be interesting. I believe her team fighting is also interesting, but primarily if you're target swapping. Without target swapping, it's not as much, but she does have, I think she may have some decent peel with her dodge forward light because of the undodgeable properties. So we'll see how she gets on in the full population and where the comp scene decides to kind of take her. But she's been considered so far to be rated, pretty respectively. So that's good. That's good. And looking forward to playing her. She does unlock 7/23. That's on Thursday, this coming Thursday. And you can get her for, I can't remember. You can purchase her outright, or at a later time you can get her for steel. And again, my name's Norgoz, and we thank Ubisoft for providing us with early access so that I can produce this content for you guys. And I hope to see you in the next time. Let me know in the comments how you're going to customize your outfits and your Arakure. Tell me what you think. Are we great? Are you so happy that we're finally getting a pugilist, so to speak, or pugilist adjacent, whatever you want to call it? We're finally getting that here. We've been asking about it for years, and I'm so glad we got it personally. So I want to hear that community feedback. I know that the devs always want to hear that, and they look all over they really do go far and wide to get feedback. So if you want to put them in the comment section, I'm sure somebody somewhere will get it. So we really appreciate you. Thank you guys for stopping in, and I'll see you on the battlefield.